Happy Easter and welcome to Tell the People, a program about our Catholic faith with news and information in and around the Catholic Diocese of Lafayette. I'm Stephanie Bernard. In today's show, Trista Littell has an interview with Deacon Cody Miller about total consecration. Father Michael Champine's talk is about Easter joy in the segment What It Means to Be Catholic. And in a conversation with Bishop Michael Gerald, Monsignor Richard Green interviews Bishop Gerald about the new evangelization. And now, Catholic news on this April 8th weekend. The Museum and Gift Shop of the Cathedral of St. John the Evangelist in Lafayette will host a special exhibit of religious art and antique rosaries from April 1st through June 30th. The featured artists will be Ms. Ira Thomas, while the collection of antique rosaries will contain rosaries from around the world. For further details, please contact the Office of the Cathedral of St. John the Evangelist at 232-1322. George W. Holland IV, a parishioner of Our Lady of Wisdom Church in Lafayette and a professional investment advisor, will present a Catholic perspective on what happens when faith and finances intersect. Mr. Holland's presentation will be held on Saturday, April 14th from 5:30 to 7 p.m. inside Our Lady of Wisdom, Jamard Hall. There is no charge for the event, although donations will be accepted at the door. For questions regarding this event, call the Our Lady of Wisdom office at 232-8742. Beginning on Tuesday, April 17th, Holy Cross and St. Pius X churches in Lafayette will sponsor a 6-session series designed to welcome inactive Catholics back to the renewed practice of their faith. Catholics Returning Home is a special ministry for people who have been away from the church so that they may ask their questions and feel supported in their decision to return. Holy Cross Church will host the sessions each Tuesday from April 17th through May 22nd from 6:30 to 8 p.m. in the Grace Meeting Room, Building A. Those who know of any inactive Catholics who may be interested in attending are encouraged to invite them. For more information on this program, please contact Ashton Mouton at 232-4656. A rosary for those affected by autism, as well as those who care for, teach, treat, and support them, will be prayed at St. Edmund's Church in Lafayette on Saturday, April 28th. The rosary, which will start at 1 p.m., will be led by those who have been impacted by autism. All are invited to attend. For further details, please contact Michelle Meyer at 654-5033. St. Martin de Tours Church in St. Martinville will host its annual May Day celebration on Tuesday, May 1st, beginning with Holy Mass at 5:30 p.m. Mass will be followed by the crowning of the statue of the Blessed Mother before the congregation departs for a 1-mile procession to the Longfellow Evangeline State Historical Site. The rosary will be recited along the way. Upon reaching the park, a play depicting the life of Catherine Laborde and the Miraculous Medal will be performed. Our Lady of the Miraculous Medal will be portrayed by a high school senior parishioner of St. Martin de Tours Church. St. Martin de Tours' May Day tradition began in 1949 with Father Henry Hamill, planned the first one in direct opposition to Russia's parade of military arms in Red Square. This tradition has remained for over 60 years to honor the Blessed Mother in her month of May. Everyone is invited to attend. Please bring lawn chairs or blanket and mosquito repellent to the park. For more information, please call 394-7965. Coming up next, Trista Littell has an interview with Deacon Cody Miller about total consecration.
I'm Bishop Michael Jarrell. The Beatitudes in the Gospel of Matthew speak directly to the heart of the Bishop's Services Appeal. The appeal funds services to the poor in spirit, those who mourn, and those who seek justice. And blessed too are you, the merciful, who give so generously to the appeal, so that others may find the peace and mercy of Christ in their lives. Please give a gift to the Bishop's Services Appeal this year. Thank you.
Welcome to Tell the People. I'm Trista Littell, and I would like to wish all of you a very happy Easter. And with me here today, I have Deacon Cody Miller. Hi, Deacon.
Hi, Miss Trista. It's good to see you.
It's so good to have you here today, and you're going to be speaking to us about total consecration to Mary and St. Louis de Montfort.
That's correct.
Please tell us a little bit about St. Louis de Montfort.
St. Louis de Montfort was a French saint who lived in the 16th and 17th century, who was the guidepost for John Paul II's spirituality. John Paul II discovered the writings of St. Louis de Montfort when he was a very young man. And when he discovered the writings of St. Louis de Montfort, he shaped his whole spiritual life on the writings. Hence, his motto, Totus Tuus, is actually a shortened form of the total consecration to Jesus through Mary. And if you look at a lot of his encyclicals, he quotes St. Louis de Montfort as one of the guideposts of his spiritual life. And he guided him through all about his pontificate. And we see that John Paul II has done a tremendous amount of good work for Mary and the church and total consecration.
What is total consecration all about, Deacon Cody?
Total consecration is a 5-week program to where you pray different prayers every day, and it's modeled on the spirituality of St. Louis de Montfort. And it gives the participant an insight on what it means to be totally consecrated to Jesus through Mary. And it gives the participant in the 33-day preparation a new insight on their relationship with Jesus, of course, with Mary, and the indwelling of the Holy Spirit in the soul. It opens up your heart and mind to a much deeper and profound relationship to Jesus through Mary.
How could I make a total consecration?
Well, you can go to this website, of which we're working closely with, is myconsecration.org, and you can request a free information and a free packet. And also, I'm associated with World Apostolate of Fatima, the Blue Army, realeasybluearmy.com. And also, I'm working together with the Montfort missionaries out of New York to promote total consecration. We're actually going to be doing a mission with the Montfort, with Father Chad Partain. The interview, Ms. Kim, who you just had, we have a Montfort is coming down here, and we're going to do a mission together with Father Chad at his church in Mansoura, Louisiana.
Oh, wonderful. Now, when would the 5-week course on total consecration be available?
Well, you have 21 days throughout the year where you can do it. I myself conduct the courses. Mm-hmm. I just finished one at Fatima and UL. And if any parish would like for me to come in and do a 5-week consecration course, would be available. We can give them the contact information. At the end of the program, maybe we can put it in some writing. And what I do, I lead the congregation through the 5 movements of the total consecration.
What would this total consecration do for my spiritual life?
Ms. Trista, it will lift your spiritual life into heights you never could dream possible, because once you study and live this consecration, Mary takes full responsibility for you as her child. She will virtually form you in her womb as she did Jesus, and she will enlighten you with the gift of the Spirit of which she is a spouse. And your life will be consecrated, as it were. Your life will take on new meaning and new purpose, and everything you do will be geared to 2 things. Number 1, it will be geared to releasing people from the grips of the devil and Satan. And number 2, your actions will help people to get them out of purgatory. So your good value of this consecration is you will be giving God the possession of a soul by your very action. Even brushing your teeth in the morning, you works for giving people the wonderful gift of your prayers and actions, because what happens, Mary takes everything you give her, she purifies it, makes it really beautiful, and presents them to Jesus like a golden apple on a dish to her son.
How beautiful. Well, Deacon Cody, what resources are available to help one or help me live this total consecration?
Well, the resources are, of course, living the promises of the consecration, and you learn all this through the course that I teach. And also, there's another website that is a wealth of information called MontfortSpirituality.org, where they can actually see a bunch of videos by Father Hugh Gillespie, a good friend of mine who I met in New York when I was there last summer. And I'm going back to New York this summer to work closely with the Montforts on a nationwide program of total consecration. We're working together with several unities called myconsecration.org, World Apostolate of Fatima, and of course we're working with all of the parishes, like I'm forming parish leaders in different places in the country. As a matter of fact, I'm going to Texas, North Houston, to work with a couple of ladies who are working the Texas area, and I'm training. We're going to have a regional training course where I'm going to call out people from about 25 parishes, and I'm going to teach the leaders to go out into the parishes and to do total consecration classes.
If a parish wants to get in touch with you, what do they have to do?
They can either call the parish of St. Joseph, or they can, I'll give you an email address where you can put on the screen letter, CajunFreshman@usa.net, or they can call me at my office. I will give all the contact numbers. I work with any parish that likes to put this on, and I will help the priest, of course, to move his congregation into a wonderful relationship of pure spirituality of Jesus through Mary's intercession and her help to form them to really be faithful and fruitful in their endeavors as Catholics.
Well, in about a minute, we're going to wrap up, but maybe you could tell us why it's so important at this time to do total consecration to Mary.
Ms. Trista, in these particular troubling times that we're in, both in the political and also in the spiritual arena, we need every tool we can to help ensure that our families are protected against the evil one. When we do this consecration and live it, Mary then takes responsibility for us, for our souls, our welfare, our living. Because we give her everything that we are and do, she returns to us 1,000 times. We don't have to worry about finances anymore. We don't have to worry about Satan and his minions bothering us too much anymore. We don't have to worry about our children. She gives us total peace and total surrender to the will of her Son, and she takes full responsibility for all of us.
What a consolation. Well, thank you for sharing this wonderful information with us today about total consecration to Mary and the program of St. Louis de Montfort.
Yes, ma'am.
God bless you. Stay tuned, folks. There's more to come on Tell the People.
Thank you, Trista and Deacon Cody. Coming up next, Father Michael Champine's talk is about Easter joy in the segment, What It Means to Be Catholic.
In the Gospel, the Lord tells us, "Blessed are the merciful, mercy shall be theirs." I'm Bishop Michael Jarrell. I'm so humbled by the generosity of thousands who give to the Bishop's Services Appeal each year. The mercy you show ensures that the most vulnerable among us can be served when we do the work the Lord enjoins us to do in His name. I thank you for your support. Mercy shall be yours. The Lord promises it.
Good morning, and welcome back to Tell the People What It Means to Be Catholic. A very joyous Easter greeting to all of our viewers, both on television as well as via internet, on this wonderful day of the resurrection. He is risen, He is truly risen. Alleluia, alleluia. We have been contemplating during the 40 days of Lent, and in a special way during the Sacred Triduum, the face of the man of sorrows. As our Holy Father, Blessed John Paul II said, is that in order to turn the face of man back to the face of God, the Son of God assumed a human